So good afternoon. So let us go to the second half of our STTP. So first session we have dealt with a boost converter. We have seen how to simulate a boost converter. Okay, so second is we have to go with solar panel design and its simulation. Since this STTP itself is hosted by Green Energy, so let us do something with respect to MATLAB in Green Energy. So only I have put it heading as solar panel design. So this output from the solar panel we will give it to a boost converter, which we have seen in our first session or the previous video uploaded in YouTube. So previous video uploaded in YouTube was dealing with boost converter. The input to the boost converter is given from solar panel, so that is what we are going to see in this. And finally what we will do is, after your output of the boost converter, it will be given to a 3-phase or single phase inverter. So here we are giving for a single phase inverter. So single phase inverter, so you can connect your tube lights, fans. And the main objective of why I am going with solar panel, a boost converter and inverter is, so you take a particular office which is going to work from 10 to evening 5. So in that case, you doesn't want to connect it to grid, or you doesn't want to connect it to a battery to charge it and use it. Rather what you can do is directly from the solar panel to the boost converter to the inverter and connect it to your loads. Okay, so if more is required, then you can tap from EB, or this itself will be more than sufficient. Okay, so that for that particular purpose alone, this putting a solar panel is very useful. Okay, so now let us have some brief about what is solar cell, what is solar panel and all. Then we will move on with MATLAB simulation. Okay, so a panel is consist of n number of cells, and each cell is been seriously connected to bring it to the rated voltage and current. Basically solar cells are constant current source, so the value of current will not change. Depending upon the light intensity from the sun, the voltage value will change. Okay, each cell can produce a value of 0.6 volts. So we have to combine it and make it as a solar panel. Okay, so now I have taken an example. So this is an 250 watt solar panel. So in 250 watt solar panel, the thing which you have to notice, it is 37.25 is open circuit voltage, which means without giving to any load, what is the voltage output of the panel when it is being exposed to the sunlight. Okay, so that is what they say as 37.27 as open circuit voltage, and this is not the operating voltage, and this panel output operating voltage is around 24 volts. Okay, so now 37.26 volts, it's a open circuit voltage. So I have told you in the previous slide that each cell is capable of generating 0.6 volts. So now what we have to do, 0.6 volts you have to connect it in series. So see, you can view it in this panel, each cells are connected in series. Okay, so when you connect, you require totally around 65 to 70 cells are required. So that 65 to 70 cells you will connect it in series. Okay, all these things we will see in MATLAB. Okay, now similar to what you have seen in boost converter, the requirement for modeling of your boost converter, similarly for modeling of solar panel, we should know these blocks in MATLAB. So first block is solar cell, then comes your this is PS to S, and similarly I have S to PS. This is because this solar cell is present in Simscape block, and this cannot be directly linked with your Simulink block. See, for example, this constant, this ramp all comes under your this XY, all these three comes under your Simulink block, so you cannot directly connect. For this to connect from your Simscape to your Simulink block, we use this P to S and S to PS. Okay, so then the two more thing are this your current sensor and voltage sensor. This two terms, this two blocks is also available in Simscape, where you will measure what is the voltage from the solar panel and the current which is from your solar panel. So this two I try to measure. Then for making to get the power, which is nothing but V into I, so I use a product block here. So this block, when you give input V and I, you will get a power output of your panel. Okay, This is a thing called as variable resistor or variable load. This is being used to test your solar panel. Okay, for solar panel, what the test we will do is, you will vary the resistance and try to see what is V and I. So starting from resistance 0 to resistance maximum, we will try to vary the resistance, and for each resistance we will try to measure what is V and I, and we will come to a conclusion what should be the operating load to get the maximum V and I. Okay, so that we will do that. And again, this voltage control source is required when you are going to connect this output of the solar panel to your boost converter. So when you want to connect it to boost converter, again boost converter is made up of your block set, where that in previous session we have told it as DC voltage source. That DC voltage source will be replaced by this control voltage source. Okay, so this is what the diagram we have to simulate. Now let us see in MATLAB. Okay, so first of all, by similar way, this will be your opening screen of MATLAB. So from here what we have told is, first of all you have to go to new. Okay, in new you have to select Simulink model. Okay, so now we have opened a Simulink model. Now in our case, our foremost thing is to simulate your solar panel. Okay, so now go here, then try to take solar cell. See, I will, since we are repeatedly we are using, so we know directly. So it is in sim electronics. In sim electronics, if you go to source, you will have this solar cell. Okay, take this solar cell. Now this is a single cell. Okay, with single cell we cannot do connect it to load and all. So what we are going to do is, we are going to prepare a solar panel. So first of all what we are doing is, we are taking 6 cells, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 cells. Okay, now what I have told, you have to connect it in series. So negative from one cell is connected to the positive of the next cell. So similarly we are connecting it. Okay, now at the end what we will have is, all this can be connected. So this is nothing but, this is called as input for the solar panel. We all know what is the input for solar panel is. So input for solar panel is sun photon. Okay, a solar cell is nothing but a PN junction diode connected in forward bias. So when you connect a PN junction in forward bias, what happens is, you need some voltage to turn on this particular diode. This turn on voltage is obtained from the sun in the form of photon. So now I will again explain you one thing called as how to create a subsystem. Okay, so subsystem is, see, if I want this repeatedly, I don't want to go and draw again and again and again repeatedly. Rather, there is one method in MATLAB. Just copy all the things which you want, then press right click, create subsystem. That's all. So this is what subsystem is. So now what I will do is, this is, you go to this and you want to tell which side it has to appear. So let us appear in left hand side, this one, and similarly let this also be in left hand side, and this appear on right hand side. Okay, so like this you can do. So by doing this, what happens is, when you go and see in subsystem block, this is how it appears. Okay, so number 2 is positive, number 3 is negative. So what I can do is, just copy this 1 2 3 4 5. So just I lifting it up so that you can visualize. So what I am doing, so just I am repeating the same box. So inside this you add a 6. Okay, now if I am going to connect 10, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. See, I repeated. You just right click your mouse and then drag. That's all. You will get one more set. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So I am taking 12 blocks. So now what happens is, so 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, so it becomes 60 here. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Here comes 60, 66 plus 66 plus 6. Okay, so around 72 we are trying to make this. What I have told, this 2 is positive, 3 is negative, so bring this negative and connect it to positive. Okay, again this 3 should be connected to your next person positive, then only it will be in series. I repeat, you told you are supposed to connect in series, so inside, please see, inside a subsystem you can visualize. So number 1 US is no more connected with this. This is called as from sunlight, we call it as radiance, so sunlight intensity. So 2 is positive and 3 is negative. So okay, when you are connecting in series, what you are supposed to do, this negative should be taken and connected to positive. Okay, that is what we are doing. This negative is taken and connected to your positive. Similarly, this negative is connected to positive. Again, this negative is connected to positive. This negative like this, you have to repeatedly connect so that you try to make your solar panel. Okay, so for easy sake, what we can do is, even you can delete these fellows. I told no, if you want to make another set, just select this and then do a right click. So obviously you will get one more set. Only thing what you have to do is connect these 2 fellows. Okay, so this is number 2 is positive, number 3 is negative, so from there you have to connect it. So now what we have done, we have prepared a solar panel. Okay, so now for this solar panel, your input is, this is the first gradient, this is positive terminal and this is final negative terminal. So again what I can do is create a subsystem. Okay, just right click it, what I have told, repeat the process, create a subsystem. So this, sorry, control Z, what we can do is, only one output is more than sufficient, so connect all gradients, the radiation or irradiant from the sun which is required, so you can connect it here. Okay, so this will be good because you will get only 3 terminal outside, so that is what. So you can connect it. So once you connect it, then you get your solar panel and the last one, so you can connect it. Okay, super. So now if you create subsystem, you will get only 3 terminal outside. That 3 terminal is more than sufficient. One is for input for your solar panel. Input for your solar panel is nothing but irradiation, and there will be 2 output, one is positive, another one is negative. So again you got like this. So now you can name it as, under subsystem you can name it as solar panel. So this is what the solar panel is. This is the radiation. Again, if you want, you can say that this is the positive terminal and this is the negative terminal. So this is positive terminal and this is negative terminal. Here what you can do is, you can bring this is also to right side, so that now it looks like this is what you have to input to your solar panel, and this is positive terminal and negative terminal. Okay, so next what we have to do, we have to give a inputs to this. I have already told this belongs to Simscape. Directly you cannot connect it to a Simlink block, So you have to convert using a Simscape to S to Simscape, that it is available in utility. Go to utility where I want to connect it. So take this fellow. So now this is from PS end, you connect it to your this fellow. We all know that from sun we get as an yellow light, which is nothing but sodium. The wavelength of this is 1000, which is nothing but radiance of that particular color, and that radiance we take it as our case as 1000. So that is why usually solar panel they test it with a sodium lamp at the laboratory to test its performance. So sodium lamp's radiance is 1000. So I am going to enter here inside that constant block. I am going to enter 1000. This is a constant block. This constant block I taken from Simulink. See, you have a Simulink. In Simulink you have a source. In that source you have a person called constant. So from there I have taken the constant and I have substituted. Now you all have a doubt. At all the times I will not get 1000 from sunlight. It may vary if there is any cloud or if there is any disturbance crossing over this panel. What happens is this will vary. So if this vary, automatically your solar panel output will vary. But now for simplicity purpose we are taking it as 1000. Okay, so don't think that it should be always 1000. It will vary. So only depending upon this the output of the solar panel gets varied. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to put one voltage measurement and current measurement block. Okay, so I have already told it is there as sensors, yes, voltage sensor and current sensor. That you have to again come to Simscape. So in Simscape, this electrical sensor, so you need both current sensor and voltage sensor. Okay, good. In how to connect it, current should be connected in series and voltage should be connected in parallel. So you take it, so just from the output, that is positive terminal, so connect it, and you can have to connect it to the load. So for that, to connect it to the load and for testing, what we have told is we have to take a person called variable load. Okay, so this variable load is required. So just so connect this fellow here. So this is a variable load. Okay, so just connect it. I have just pressed 2 times, so please delete it. Again connect it to here. Okay, so now this is over. Now voltage should be measured always in parallel, so connect it here. So one terminal here and another terminal you connect it here. Okay, that is not connected there, so we will try to connect it. Okay, so this first we will connect it here, then again this block is taken from Simscape. This block cannot work from any getting input directly. So what I will do is I will again connect a person like say S to PS. See, whenever you want, again and again I have repeatedly saying that you don't want to go and take, just click on a person, then press right click and then drag, you will get. So now this what I have told is testing of solar panel. You connect a variable resistor. I have told variable resistor is at the time of runtime you have to keep it each and every value of resistance. So this is already available as a variable load, so you can give now input. So input should be nothing but a ramp. So you go for Simulink, in source if you go, there is a person called ramp. So just add this fellow ramp. Okay, now you connect this ramp. So ramp initial slope is 1, start time 0, initial output. Okay, so we have connected a slope to it. So next is we have to connect the various output and try to view your result. Okay, so that is what is our next step. So what we will do is the output, again you have to see here, this V and this I is taken from your voltage sensor and current sensor from the Simscape block. I have to convert it into Simulink. So what I have to do, I have to go for conversion, that is available in utility. Okay, all this you will get familiar when you repeatedly do. So now I am going to convert from PS to S, whereas previously what we have seen is S to PS. Now this is in PS, convert it into S. So now you just connect it to V and similarly connect it to I. So now I am able to get V value and I value. Now whatever you want you can do. Okay, first what you will do is, see, this is just a sample I am having. So now V into I, if you put, you get power. Okay, that power you can view with V as well as with I. Okay, that is what we are going to do. Okay, now I have told there is something called XY graph, so you can go there. So sync, there is something called XY graph. Okay, so this XY graph, you try to take it and keep it here. What I told, you want to have a product, so that again you go to commonly block set where you have a product. Okay, so take this, now keep it here. So what and all you have to view, you can view. So now what I am doing is, I am putting I am putting V. So, okay, so for this graph what I am going to do is, I am going to draw V with power. So okay, what is V with power we are going to see. So you can write it as here, you can write it as V with power. Okay, that is first one. Then you need V into I itself. So that is what and all we require is V into P we have seen. Similarly I into P we need, then V into I. Okay, now just I will put V into I. Okay, another, just drag it, take it here, you rewrite it as, so this is V and I. So where I have to give, I have to give it in, this is V and this is I. Okay, this is with respect to this XY graph. I will show you with even our own method of just connecting a scope. Okay, so add to it. So I am adding scope. Okay, so I have to add a scope for V, scope for I, and scope for power. So okay, so I am connecting for power here, I am connecting for I here, and one more person I am connecting for V. Okay, now what I have to do, go to this scope to bring the data to the workspace. What I have told, you must go here, go to this particular column, first untick this, this is for power, so just take it as power. Okay, apply, then come out. So what we have entered is for power, check it, confirm it, yeah, it is for power. Now next, this is for V, sorry, this is for I suppose. So you go to here, untick it, save the data to the workspace you have to do, and here you have to give it as current. Just I will write it as CU. Okay, no need to have a very big name, just I will write it as CU. And similarly this is for voltage. Okay, so go to history, untick it, save the data, this is for voltage, so VO I will put it. Okay, apply. Now the thing is, this two fellow you don't want to click. Once if you run it, automatically it will show the value. Okay, we will just make it to run. It says some cells are no problem, we might have not connected it correctly, so that is why it is saying no problem. I have already done one for reference. I will try to open it and show you. Okay, so this is already I have done and checked it, so this will run. So this is what the same thing we have done. So initially it will compile. So once after compiling, it will show your output. It takes some time for compiling. Now it has compiled. Now it will run and it will show your value. Okay, exactly, super. So now since we have used this P versus V, power versus, so this is the maximum power which is coming from that solar panel, which is around 325 watts. So for this 325 watts, this is the voltage. Okay, this is one graph, and this is V versus I. Okay, now this tells about your solar panel. See, when you operate, this is around for 8 amps to 9 amps is your solar panel output. So when your voltage is increased beyond this particular value, current starts to decrease. So you should operate at this particular value. Take it a voltage in this particular 45, around 45 you can take it, and you can take it this average, and this value of resistance is supposed to be the load resistance, or that is the wattage from which you can get. Okay, so this is how you have to simulate your solar panel. Now what happens is, please see here, I have connected some scope. See, I have connected one scope for current, I have connected one scope for power, I have connected one scope for voltage. So we will go and see what is the name which we have given inside. The name we have given it as SI. Okay, that is simulation of current. This is okay, this is for current, and similarly I think for power I might have given it as SP. Okay, and similarly for voltage I might have given it as SV. Okay, now you can see here. So SV. So similar manner I have told previously, we can now try to view this graph using a plot. Okay, so in the plot, now what is the changes? I don't want time itself, I want only the value. So what I will do is, I am going to plot versus power versus voltage. So power, here it has been recorded as SP. So only the value I have taken, then put a comma, then repeat this for voltage. Control C, Control V, this replace it as V, capital V. So that is what being used. Now plus an enter. So this, what we have to do is voltage comma power. Okay, so just Control X. Voltage in x-axis, and power in y-axis. So capital P I have to put. Okay, now if you enter, you are able to get. So this power is gradually increasing, and this is the maximum power. So for this maximum power we have to identify the voltage. So that will be the output from the solar panel. So now again you can do all the things what you want. X is nothing but, it is nothing but voltage. So write it as voltage, within bracket you will write it as its unit V. Again insert Y label. Y label is nothing but power. Power in terms of, it is in terms of watts. Okay, so you can even put an heading. So go to title, which is power versus voltage. Okay, now no need to put any legend because only one graph is there. So just go to edit, copy figure. So just copy this figure wherever you want, you can paste it. So like that only I have pasted here, you can see here. Okay, so I have, see how clear it is. You can measure VI, then you can draw power versus voltage and power versus current. From this three we conclude that what should be the range in which that solar panel has to be operated. So you can even test. Okay, this for a simple case I have done. You can go and say test it for design for 1 kilowatt solar panel, 10 kilowatt solar panel, even 1 megawatt solar panel also you can simulate it. See, you can do it very easy. Rather, if you want to go and buy and do your testing, that will be cost will be very high. So you can test it and then you can proceed. Okay, so good. Next what I am going to do is, I am going to combine the two things which we have done. In the previous video we have simulated a boost converter, and then in this video we have simulated solar panel. Okay, now I am going to combine these two and then try to get your output waveform. Okay, so for that what you have to do is, I have already done it and I have saved it, so I can open it. Okay, so just this also you should know how to open a file. So in desktop I have saved it. So you go there you can see is boost PV module. So you will open a boost. So what thing you have to know is that resistance block and all should be removed, because that is for testing the solar panel. Now you have tested the solar panel and all, so you have come to a conclusion what is the input. Now you can see here, previously I have shown you a boost converter. This was the circuit which I have shown. Here you will connect it to your source there. Now this portion you might have connected DC source there. Now remove this DC source and give it from your solar panel. The only block which you should know is control voltage source, which is used here. See, this is from Simulink. The Simulink comes as a signal, not as a voltage. To convert the signal to voltage, you use the block called control voltage source. So you use this control voltage source block to connect it to your solar panel. So once you connect it, again now please remember, at the output of the boost converter you add a resistor. That resistor should be kept here, and this how you have to connect it. Now if you run this file, you will get an output like this. Okay, so your boost output. So initially it was around 45 volts. This is from the solar panel. Now this voltage been stepped up to the required value of 250. Okay, now what is our last step? Last step is to design a inverter circuit. So just you have to design an inverter circuit. See, you have got output voltage in terms of DC. We all know that DC voltage we are not directly using, we are using only with respect to AC. So what we have to do, convert it into AC source. So you will get a single phase AC source that you can give it to your appliances. So initially I have told this is designed for a small office which is going to run from morning 10 to evening 5 o'clock. So from morning 10 to evening 5 o'clock, solar output will be there. That solar output you can use it directly without storing it. So what do? You get from solar using a solar panel. That is what we have shown here. So solar panel, from solar panel you connect it to a boost converter, boost the value to the required voltage, because here you will have more current, less voltage. That is being converted into more voltage, less current, and the power remains constant. So you can design, see, for an office, if they use 10 tubelets, 10 fans, then you should go for 1 kilowatt. If they use 5 fans and 5 tubelets, then you have to go on 500 watts. So that go and do analysis at the particular office, try to identify what is the requirement, then do the simulation for the solar, then connect it to a boost converter. You will get the required voltage. Once this value is obtained, our next step is to do your conversion to AC. So first of all, we started with a single phase inverter circuit. So again I have done it in MATLAB. This is not connecting from your solar. Initially I have just shown you, it will get a square pulse. This type of inverter is a square wave inverter. So multiple pulse square wave inverter. So that is output you can see here. Okay, that's good. Then we have some advantage like sine inverters and all available. So in sine inverter we will create a sine PWM pulse. So sine PWM pulse will have an output of your gradually it will increase and then it will gradually decrease. So that is we call it as sine wave AC output. Now last step is, we all know what is our final step, convert the inverter also to this boost converter. I have already done it. I will just open it and show you how to do that. Okay, so we have already simulated it. So it is overall system, the overall system. Okay, you can see here. So this is what solar panel, the solar panel is given to converter. Again please remember, once you connected inverter, the load from the converter side should be brought out to the inverter side, and this is the entire setup. Now if you try to simulate this, you will get an AC waveform, which is you can directly connect it to your appliances. So this is what we are getting it as AC. This is sine PWM inverter circuit. So output you can connect it to your load. So with this we will try to stop our presentation. If you have any comments or queries, you can directly comment in our YouTube channel. This entire video will be available in our YouTube. Okay, thank you.